Getty. Stevens and Keys meet in the first All-American women's final at the US Open in 15 years. What a comeback from 957th in the world to US Open champion in around 5 weeks. I had surgery in January, and if someone had told me then that I would win the US Open, I would have said it was impossible, Stevens said. This journey has been incredible and I wouldn't change it for the world. When I was 11 years old, my mum took me to an academy and one of the coaches told her that I would be lucky to be a Division II player and get a scholarship. I don't think parents get enough credit. Parents, if you kids want to do something enough, don't give up on them. Stevens to retire. Stevens will earn £2.8 million for winning the US Open, nearly doubling her career prize money before the tournament. I should just retire now, Stevens jokes. I told Maddie, I'm never going to be able to top this. Keys reaction: if there's someone I had to lose to today, I'm glad it's her. Keys says, if you told me 2 months ago it'd be holding a finalist trophy at the US Open, I'd be really happy and proud of myself. Sloane is truly one of my favorite people and to play against her was special. I obviously didn't play my best tennis today and Sloane was very supportive. Reuters. Madison Keys made too many unforced errors. Keys 36-06 Stevens. After just 55 minutes, Keys is serving to stay in the match. She saves 2 championships points with her most consistent hitting of the night. But the third is too much and hits into the net to hand Stevens her first Grand Slam title. The end near Keys 05 Stevens. The momentum appears to be swinging back the other way as Keys earns 3 break points of her own. But Stevens saves all 3 of them to go within 1 game of the US Open title. Can she hold her nerve? Keys fading. Keys 04 Stevens. Stevens makes 3 break points in the 4th game. Keys saves 2 but a double fault hands the game to her opponent. Keys is not happy and slaps the ball with her hand in frustration. It's just not going her way at all. Stevens has now won 6 games in a row and leads the set 40. Stevens breaks early. Keys 02 Stevens. Stevens is being given the free ride as she takes the first game of the second set. Keys is not returning well. Her unforced errors are up to 21, while Stevens has made only 3 all match. Stevens makes a sublime passing shot to earn 3 break points in the second. Keys saves 2 but is beaten by yet another wonderful shot as Stevens breaks to give her a 2-game lead. Reuters. Sloane Stevens is in the driving seat. Keys 36 Stevens. Stevens makes only her second unforced error on set point. You could feel the nerves on that one from the back of the court. Keys' error hands Stevens a second set point and then she hits long to gift the first set to the 24-year-old. 17 unforced errors so far. It's really costing her. Stevens piles on pressure. Keys 35 Stevens. Stevens is hitting big and there's no unforced errors from the 24-year-old. She again holds her serve. She looks composed. No sign of the wobbles we saw against Venus Williams. She is serving great and looks like SHES enjoying her first Grand Slam final. Keys makes important hold. Keys 34 Stevens. Keys really needs that big first serve to settle her back down and give her some easy points. Stevens is starting to force her way into the rallies but Keys holds to make it 43. Stevens breaks then holds. Keys 24 Stevens. Stevens makes 3 break points and capitalizes. Keys hits long and makes the first costly mistake as she gifts Stevens a 32 lead. The 24-year-old then holds her serve to take a 42 lead in the first set. SHE's growing in confidence and unleashing some big forehands. Tuesday, July 4, 2017. World's hottest tennis stars. Keys 22 Stevens. Keys look like SHES striking the ball well. She hits 2 aces on her way to a comfortable first game. Stevens returns the favor in the second, before Keys once again holds comfortably. Her backhand is looking good. Good serving from Stevens keeps Keys at bay and levels the game up at 2 apiece after the changeover. What's been said? The players have both given their pre-match interviews and seem pretty calm. I just want to have fun, enjoy it, and keep the feet moving. I want to enjoy the moment and take it all in. Sloane Stevens sighed. It's difficult facing a real friend, but who better to be out there against? I'm looking forward to it, Madison Keys added. Money, money, money. Whoever wins today's match will pick up the biggest check in tennis history. Each champion will scoop £2.8 million in prize money, with the runner-up earning half that. By comparison, Roger Federer and Garbiñe Muguruza walked off with £2.2 million each for their Wimbledon titles this year. Madison Keys and Sloane Stevens face each toe in the first All-American women's final at the US Open in 15 years. The pair are close friends and are both making their Grand Slam final debuts at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. The match will get underway at 2100 BST. Both players returned this summer following surgery, Keys on her wrist and Stevens on her foot. Key is the 15th seed for the tournament, while Stevens was unseeded. Heading into the competition ranked world number 83, Serena Williams and Venus Williams were the last Americans to line up against each other in the US Open women's final in 2002. Getty Madison Keys has battled back after 2 surgeries on her wrist. Stevens had slipped down to 957th in the world, having spent almost a year out with a foot injury. The 24-year-old, however, has battled back in spectacular fashion, winning 14 of her 16 matches, including a thrilling semi-final against Williams on Thursday. I knew that it was going to be tough. Stevens said he was in a walking boot like a month before I played Wimbledon. I knew I was going to have to play my way into shape, and I think I've done that pretty well. Keys has similarly had problems with injuries this season and had 2 surgeries on her wrist. Been a big weight off of my shoulders and am playing really free, she said. More than anything, I'm just really enjoying my time on the court. I think that's been a massive part of why I have been playing well.